Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Now, we've had the perfect guide in our Arise sports analyst, Aaron Akere-Jola. He's been taking us down the road to Russia. And today, we're going to be going down memory lane, even as we prepare for the 21st FIFA World Cup.
Yes.
In how many days, Aaron?
In about 9 days. 7 hours.
7 hours.
Wow, you're
23. It's great to have you with us, Aaron.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure.
And today we're going to be talking about the
top 5 players?
Exactly, top 5 players the Super Eagles has ever had.
Yeah, at the World Cup.
At the World Cup.
Yeah.
At the World Cup. Okay.
It's actually a very controversial list because because a lot of people probably will want to hinge it on. Okay, this is my favorite Super Eagles player of all time. This is my favorite Super Eagles player of all time. This is who I feel has actually done well. But based on, I think we decided to do this we aggregated it based on performance and also appearance.
Right.
So you might have appeared for a while, and if you've not actually made an impact for someone like Ikanu Nwankwo, for example, all right, great player, he played at Inter Milan, played at Arsenal, West Bromwich Albion to mention but a few. But his impact with the Super Eagles at the World Cup was very limited. Okay, so JJ Okocha, another player again, who had been in the Super Eagles fold for quite a while. All right, you and I know him. He's a magician on the field of play. But with the Super Eagles, I think he fell a yard short. So where you get a seat. So we decided to tally all this together. We have what I feel is the best list of players.
All right, so we're starting off with Sunday Olise.
Okay, Sunday Olise, yeah.
You know what I remember about Sunday? He was then, I don't know how, well, I've seen him recently, but he's cute.
Yes.
Exactly, he's cute.
He's just 42 now, so.
He's just 42 years. But tell us about him and his performance at the World Cup.
All right, Sunday Olise is, he broke into the Super Eagles unexpected at the age of 19. All right, nobody saw it coming. Everybody thought, okay, Sunday Olise, who is this young guy? There was a Friday Ekpo who was doing very well. Then the foreign coach we had, all right, Clement Vesterov just said, don't worry, I have a young boy that will displace you. That was how Sunday Olise got into the squad. All right, although he was still in and out of the squad, but every time he was on the pitch, he always gave his 100%. He's one of those few players we have in the Super Eagles who is actually physically gifted and technically gifted. As a matter of fact, he has worked for FIFA. That's how good he is. All right, technically, he's worked for FIFA at several levels, intellectual levels. He's actually a coach right now at the World Cup. The biggest turning point for Sunday Olise, or the most memorable thing for Sunday Olise, although he did it well at the 1994 World Cup, but at the 1998 World Cup, the game against Spain, all right, with Nigeria won, he scored a wonder goal that ended then one of their best players, Andoni Zubizarreta, a goalkeeper then. He didn't see it coming. He just took the shot from 25 yards, and the whole world said, who is that player? All right. All right. Of course, played prominently for Borussia Dortmund back in the day, also Juventus, and several other clubs.
Yeah, so why isn't he like a part of like the Super Eagles now? Not as a player, but why isn't
he... As a coach, funny enough, he coached the Super Eagles, but Sunday Olise he should have attended the 2002 World Cup. He's been known as a troublemaker. He's the kind of person that wears his heart on his sleeves. So that's the kind of player he is. He was fighting for the players' wages, and that was, according to report, that was why he was dropped from attending the 2002 World Cup that was hosted by Korea, Japan. So he would have attended the 2002 World Cup. So when he was the Super Eagles players also, he had a fracas with one of the players we're talking about on this list that actually escalated. He had issues with the Nigeria Football Federation. He had issues with this. He had issues with that. But he's a good person because I know him personally. At least he's a very good person. Fantastic fellow, but maybe because, you know, when people are very expressive with their emotions.
Very passionate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They always be shred. So that song goes, Sunday Ogochukwu Olise for you.
Bless. Okay, so the next player we're going to talk about is one of my favorites, and I remember him from, I don't know what year, but I remember him holding the net.
Yeah. Everybody always does.
Rashidi Yekini, all-time favorite. But tell us more about him.
He should be 40. If he was alive, he would be 48 today. I think he died when he was 48. He died when he was 48, I beg your pardon. All right, some few years ago. That goal you're talking about was Nigeria's first ever goal at the World Cup. Against Bulgaria. It ended 3-0, and he scored the very first goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the World Cup. It doesn't get bigger than that.
No, it doesn't.
And he's still Nigeria's highest goal scorer at the moment. So you look at it, he's got 35 goals, all right, across the Nations Cup and qualifiers and also the World Cup. So he was I think arguably still our best attacker till date. We don't
Our
have
golden
another.
boy.
Yeah.
Yes, another Rashidi Yekini. He played quite a while in Portugal with Vitória Setúbal. Went to quite a number of places. It was really, really unfortunate what happened to him. All right, and in his later years, they say he wasn't feeling too fine. He didn't have the funds to actually take care of himself. He had 3 wives, and at the end of the day, he died a very regrettable death. And it actually got Nigeria talking about what happens to some of these players who have done so much for the nation, but whether you like it or not, when they talk about the World Cup, when they're talking about memorable moments at the World Cup, that's when you talked about him hugging the net and shaking me. Say Rashidi Yekini.
Printed in my memory forever.
Yes, it's always imprinted in people's memories. Fantastic player, I must say.
Next up, we have Next up, we have Ikechukwu Uche Okochukwu. Now, tell us a bit about him because he's on this list. And not really familiar with him.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's not the loud kind of player because he was a central defender and he's not the loud kind of player, but a consummate professional. Very, very quiet guy. So that's why people don't get to know about him. But he was the rock, all right, almost like the Rock of Gibraltar. He was the rock, all right, at our 94 squad. He captained the 98 squad. He made 7 appearances at the World Cup, which is huge for a Super Eagle. All right, he only missed 1 appearance, which was a game against Portugal because of 2 yellow cards he actually got. So when you look at it, he was the man. Arguably still one of the best centre backs we've actually had in the history of football in Nigeria. All right, great guy. He played in Turkey for a while. He was even given a honorary Turkish citizenship because he played in Turkey for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
All right, so he's not just a Nigerian citizen alone, he's a citizen of Turkey. So you look at it, very great guy, and still level-headed. He's still right now there, still making some good monies for himself, but you never get to hear him, you never get to see him like several other people because he just likes to keep things cool.
He's so quiet. You just answered because I was going to ask what he's up to these days, and if you know, but you just answered.
In and out of Turkey, in and out of Nigeria, Turkey, thereabout. I heard he's a businessman right now, doing well for himself, I must say.
Nice, nice. And we definitely, again, have to talk about Vincent Iyama.
Vincent Iyama. Great guy, another troublemaker again. These are people I know personally, so they are great guys closely. When you meet them, he's a family man, for example. That's the first thing that strikes you about Vincent Iyama. He's a family man. When you go on his Instagram, he's always posting things about his wife, his sons, his daughters. He's a consummate family man.
Wow.
But at the same time, he's also a man that likes to say his mind. And that was when Sunday Olise was the coach. He had a falling out with Vincent Iyama that didn't end well. Vincent Iyama retired, tried to come back. It's been in and out ever since, but a great guy. He's one of the most capped Super Eagles players. As a matter of fact, he has well over 100 caps, over a century of caps for the Super Eagles. So he started from 2002. Providence brought him into power, brought him to the limelight, being that the then goalkeeper, Ike Shoromu, was there and was going to the World Cup, got injured, and they replaced him with Vincent Iyama. And Vincent Iyama was the goalkeeper that I kept for Nigeria from 2002 till 2014. He went to 3 World Cups, of which he didn't just go there as one of those players. As a matter of fact, Lionel Messi does not have as many goals as he should have at the World Cup because of Vincent Iyama.
Oh, amazing,
Yes. Although Lionel Messi got his last laugh in the 2014 World Cup, he
but
scored
he didn't get all his laughs.
Yes,
so.
but he didn't get all his laughs, as a matter of fact.
All right, well, last up on this, we have Emmanuel Amunike. Now, tell us, because how is he doing now? Because I know this name pretty well.
Emmanuel Amunike.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him for a while.
No, he's actually doing very well for himself. He's another one of the golden generation of Super Eagles. The 1994 set are called the golden generation of the Super Eagles. All right, he's part of that golden generation. All right, he played one of the few players that have actually played to the most prominent level. He played for Barcelona. All right, so There you actually have it. And he was, from when he finished his career, he actually transited into coaching. He coached one of the under-17 teams that went to the World Cup and won the under-17 tournament.
Oh, nice.
All right, so, and right now he's part of the FIFA Technical Study Group. He is going to this World Cup. He's in the World Cup right now. There are a group of technocrats that will be analyzing the matches at the World Cup. They will bring out white paper. They'll bring out the white paper after the World Cup to send to several countries that will be attending. They'll be dealing with basically on statistics. They will be the ones to decide who will be the best player of the tournament, which goal is the best goal of the tournament.
Oh, wow.
So the guy is actually...
Oh, he has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of work to do, trust me.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the list, but there are some people that are missing
From this list. No, but we
Tyrone
said
West.
5,
I know, but I'm just
exactly.
like, wait, where are all these bicycle kids?
Aaron.
Like, what happened?
No, the truth is that we've had quite a number of players, but some players, for example, Kanu, for example, hasn't pulled his weight for the Super Eagles as you would have expected.
At the World Cup.
At the World Cup. Mikel Obi, for example, because the World Cup is at the highest level. You're not dealing with people at club level. You're not dealing with people at continental level. This is a global level. And you need to bring in your A game or you will just be one of those numbers. And that's what has happened to several of our people. We've attended 5 World Cups. We've not gone past the second round, which is usually the round of 16. And we've not really had players that have actually shaken the World Cup, aside these ones. Even these ones that we called, very few of them have actually caught the eye of the world. People like Sondo Lisa, people like Rashidi Ikini are the only ones that you can really say that have caught the eyes of the world. Or Vincent Yama at the 2010 World Cup when he made Lionel Messi look very ordinary. So it takes a lot. You might be a great player for a club, doesn't mean you might be a great player for your national team. Lionel Messi is a typical example. He's finding it difficult to have success with Argentina, but with Barcelona, he's a god. He's a god. So that's how it is for several of the big players you know that didn't make the list.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. No,
Okay,
what do you want to add?
I was going to touch on something, but we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. That's all from Aaron Akerijola, our Rise sports analyst. We're going on a break now, but when we return, CEO of Tony Elumelu Foundation, Parminder Veer, will be here with us. Don't go away.